everybody, and welcome to Minute to Skim It. I like your sporty look today, Hannah.
Yeah.
There's too much of me though in this picture. There needs to be more of you. Here you go, more Hannah. I would like to say that I'm back from my California adventure and have like a tan, but it would be a lie. I burnt myself to a crisp on accident. Despite all of my husband's best effort to keep me completely slathered in sunscreen 24/7, didn't matter. When you're walking up to go see the Hollywood sign, it turns out you can sweat off that stuff pretty fast. We've got some amazing books we're going to review for you today. I missed you guys like crazy. I'm glad to be back. But Hannah took care of you, and so did Miss Jenna and all the fun shows. This one's very specific, though. We're going to tell you all about the books that are coming out tomorrow, but not all about them, because we don't want to ruin stuff for you.
No spoilers.
No spoilers. But we're going to be ridiculous, like always. I feel like, hey, Nick. Honestly, many of the books that I got handed to read this week were very spooky. So if I seem extra scary today, that's why. It's just the way the cookie crumbled, I guess. And Hannah usually ends up with like the less stressful books, especially if they're super cute. Like I can't believe I got Canto from her today. So.
I felt like you needed a little bit of something cute,
some light to go with my darkness. With this dude on the cover,
I know,
it's super scary. Milton!
Hey!
Welcome. And also remember, this is a review show, but we love questions. We love interaction. So it's kind of like a hybrid show. It changes in the house. So I'm going to talk about Beyond the Breach first. This is a very interesting tale. I didn't know what to think about it when it first started. It really is about this woman who is clearly having a really horrible day as she's currently leaving town because something horrible in her personal life, which I'll let you read and discover on your own, because that has a lot of impact to the story. But then it looks like either she falls asleep for a second or she's just not paying attention and she ends up in a big car accident, which seems like a normal kind of like, oh, that's horrible. They use those tropes in shows a lot now where you're just like, everything looks great, and then chaos, yes. Your car is destroyed. You're kind of waiting for it and expect it now, right? No one can surprise you with that anymore,
right?
Especially in film. But in this case, that's not the trick at all. The accident is just kind of happens in the story, and that's not a big deal. What really is the big deal is that when she kind of comes to after the crash, there are very clearly non-Earth creatures climbing into cars and slowly eating the people that may or may not have survived the crash. And she ends up finding a little kid, and despite she herself not being a super heroic person, decides that she's going to grab him. So wait till you see the creature design. The creature design is terrifying. It's a really, really great book.
Okay, I'm done. Don't choke.
Yes, it turns out that I died in this store 20 years ago tonight.
By the way, I just have one question. And Hannah needs to know the answer. She's been given 24 hours to look it up now.
Uh-oh.
Did they cook the bodies first? Did they, Hannah?
For this particular book?
I went right to sleep.
But did they cook them first?
Right, Hannah, pick something to like cleanse the palate. That's too spooky. Find something clean.
Okay, this one.
All right.
So this is the first book I read. Yeah, first one I read. So I was like, okay, this one looks great. This one looks very fantasy, and I want to start out with fantasy today. So good book to pick up for that one. So main character. I'm not going to say the name because that's part of it. Is that you? And this, he's not a satyr, but like he kind of looks like one. He's like a
Capricorn.
No.
She just throws out words. Pisces.
I got yelled at for being a Capricorn the other day. You don't care about these. You're Capricorn. I'm like, I'm a goat. He looks like a goat. We're Capricorns. Look at this.
But he's got like
Hooves?
no, he's got like human-ish legs.
Okay.
Yeah. That's why he's not a satyr. He's not a Capricorn. But he lives in this jungle that she and her 2 group members are in, trying to find.
By the way, this is Savage Hearts that we're talking about.
Yes, Savage Hearts #1. I can't say who they're looking for.
Does it wreck it?
Yeah, it pretty much does.
Okay.
This is what you do. They're looking for a person and a thing at the place. There you go.
Yes.
Super clear.
And then also featuring No King's Masters, which is Robin Hood's story, but Robin is not a part of the gang of
Weird.
merry heroes.
With the Brave Men.
JD, that's right.
Yeah, Jen, you would really, really like the backup story to this one because I know how much you like Robin Hood, and it's got this twist on it that is fantastic. And
I like it the most when Robin Hood is a fox.
well, I think everyone likes that one. That was
So it's weird they made Marion. It's like they were made for each other.
Oh!
Oh!
Lay gas.
All right, this one is fun. So this is Valkyrie Saviors. This one is by Antarctic Press. For fans of the Image book Big Girls, where it was like they were giant women that were like the heroes of the story, and that's what these are. They are Valkyries, but they are at much larger size than a normal female in all of their proportions. I'll just let you know. And the story is really about a person who seems to be just a regular human that meets up with them, and you know, has revelations that occur. What else do you need to know about this? It's a fun romp. It's not like gonna expand your mind in any way, but you are gonna like the art, especially if you like really pretty girls.
You're a really pretty girl.
Thank you.
all right.
We've missed you this weekend.
Yeah.
And now that I've done eating, I can make all the jokes without the choking and the dying.
I kind of feel like who's the straight man in the chair for all those years for the Late Show for Johnny Carson? I feel like you're that guy.
I don't know what's happening, but okay.
You're too young. You're too young to know who that is.
No, I know who you're talking about, and I see his face, but I don't like.
JD, who's that guy?
I can't.
Ed McMahon.
I'm so bad at names. Batman Detective Comics number 1039. From the Depths Enter Vile. First appearance of Vile was 1034. And he, I want to say, is the mayor's assistant.
Not Kyle. Vile. Vile. Or Kyle. It would make this a much more exciting book from DC.
And I'm trying to think. So his first appearance was just a few books ago, and we find out a lot more about his. It's not. His origin is touched on in the main story, but then there's a second story that kind of goes more into depth about his origin.
Okay.
So don't miss that one.
What are his powers?
But he is a parasite.
Well, obviously, it's the predator mouth powers.
And like based off of
I feel like we're talking to each other.
based off of what we know, he can kind of control other people with this parasite. But you see a lot more of it in this issue. I don't really want to say too much about it because it's a little bit gross, and it kind of like it's better to go into it without knowing too much about it.
So it fits right in with this week's gross books.
Right.
Love it.
Right.
All right. What is JD saying about Jenna? It says, for Jenna, as far as my research says, there are no good sources that confirm any actual cannibalism.
Right.
Oh, okay. So we talked about in France, or no, I'm sorry, not France, the Netherlands. They ate their prime minister
In the 1600s.
Uh-huh.
I mean,
And so when you said that one,
when you're hungry, I guess.
they reached people out of the cars to be eating them.
Yeah.
Did they kick them to get all the parasites and bacteria off
Oh,
first? Like, come on.
No.
Come on.
These are gross
No.
creatures.
No. You see his parasite there?
Ew, bleh.
Yeah.
Okay.
You see more of it, and I was like, I can't look at some of this.
More gross
But the
stuff.
art is fantastic.
In Bunny Mask number 2.
Yes.
Bunny Mask is this character quite clearly.
Yeah.
Unclear still whether Bunny Mask is an actual thing or a manifestation or a ghost or what, because this book takes place some undisclosed amount of time. I think it says years ago or last year from the main character when he experienced Bunny Mask showing up. Now you have weird things showing up, like there's a Bunny Mask like sculpture showing up in someone's office. There's a Bunny Mask art showing up on their walls, and it changes as you go from scene to scene. They actually they appear to change, which is so stinking creepy. So Bunny Mask is awesome. There is a 1 in 15 cover, just if you have a local shop that buys big. That's really cool. It's a color your own Bunny Mask mask, which I think is pretty fun. Not that you're going to take a 1 in 15 and cut it up to make a mask,
No,
but
but you make a copy of it.
only if you roll with thick bank. I guess you make
Right.
Bounty. The bunny. Whoa, I ate the bunny. That's
The
right.
bunny, whoa, I ate the bunny.
This one I don't think
Didn't
you can.
eat my peas or my carrots, just the bunny. VeggieTales.
VeggieTales. That's right. We're all brought up on the VeggieTales. I should do one more. Okay.
Alien Ghost.
All right. It is not a ghost. All right. Aliens Aftermath. We've got it. The first book that came out from Marvel is just Alien. Okay. So this is Aliens. You're getting closer to the colonial marines that you like. The thing you need to know about the setup for this book is it happens post Aliens. I think it might happen maybe around the same time as you end up with, them ending up on the prison planet. But it doesn't happen anywhere near that. This actually happens on LV-426 with relatives of Vasquez, which is kind of fun, and someone that looks like they're also related to Drake. So cousins, nephews, whatever they're going to tell you. I don't want to we're not related, but they're basically going off path to go back to LV-426 to just check stuff out, because I guess that planet went dark about the same time as the nuke went off. And even though these guys have ties to Weyland Yutani, they can't find any news either. So
Weyland!
So their point is, just so you're aware, their whole shtick isn't that they're salvagers or any of those things. They're actually people that just want to get extra hits on the social medias, I guess. They're doing live broadcasts, which what can go wrong when you're live broadcasting about this kind of stuff. But so anyway, you find a new form of the alien on the planet. So that can't be a surprise to you. It's actually on the front of the cover. But I'll leave it to you to. Jenna believes it's a ghost. We'll see. See if she's right.
Questions.
We'll see if she's right. It's totally worth a good read, and it leaves you in a great cliffhanger of awesomeness.
No.
So awesome. If an alien dies and becomes a ghost, can it still use acid? Just wait till you see what this one uses. It's way cool.
You're killing me, Miss Jen.
Mhm.
You're killing me. I think me and you are the biggest Alien fans.
Oh yeah, I was.
At least in this side of Texas.
It got me right in all the good spots for alienness. Yeah.
Action Comics 2021 Annual. So, I haven't been reading Action Comics, but it didn't matter because it's pretty much its own thing. So this one opens up, and it's a group of kids on War World, the planet, and they're really into Superman, which
Makes sense.
makes sense. But
Everyone should be into soups.
right. But when you're on a planet where he's not, you're not allowed to talk about him.
Hey, you know the Boy Scout over there? That was super cool. You gotta find different ways to talk about him.
Right,
I
right.
guess so, yeah.
Um,
Boy Scouts.
and there's an older gentleman who they get him to tell them stories. And so the main story of this issue is him telling them a story about.
Okay.
So the House of L Returns is the story within the story.
Okay.
So
Perfect. All right. So, Jenna,
What's that? I'm sorry.
JD says for the alien, it uses sour cream and chives. The most delicious alien encounter yet.
It's more deadly than acid to me. Onions!
What a goof.
My second true weakness.
All right. All right. The event of the summer from Marvel is Extreme Carnage. This is Scream #1 that's part of that. So all you really need, if you're behind, you just need to find the alpha, which happened last week. It's great because even if you don't know anything about Scream, you'll learn a lot more about that character and the host. In this case, the host turns out to be not just a weakling individual. So that kind of puts a twist on things when you have, if you think about someone with abilities or something going on with them that is superhuman, also then getting a symbiote that is pretty epic, right? And they've investigated that when they've had superheroes taken over before. But in this case, this is a pretty big, cool twist. And if you already know about Scream, you already know about this power. But in this case, the symbiote is being called to serve Carnage, of course, because that's what's going on, at the expense of the host, which is kind of like put them at odds with each other is kind of interesting. So
Knowing Scream, she has no time for these shenanigans. Fix it.
it's very cool. Just so you know, all of the books that are part of this series are going to be individual books. So it's like there's one called Lash, I think, probably Toxin. So they're just individual books that tie into this instead of being like Extreme Carnage #1, Extreme Carnage #2. That's not happening in this series. They're all individual books like this. And it'll end with Extreme Carnage Omega, which I have a feeling is going to be a really big book.
It does throw me off when they put things like #1. I'm like, wait a minute.
They always do. They like doing that a lot.
Skybound X #2. So, 4 stories inside. Birthright, Rick Grimes 2000, that's part 2. Everyday Hero Machine Boy, and Stillwater.
Perfect.
That's what I said.
One of these, like you said, Rick Grimes, what you said.
I know, I said that one too.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't read the Rick Grimes because I didn't read the first one. You did, but the
Brady's trying to buy your hat.
I don't know.
You
I don't know,
can't get
Brady.
her pink Cubs hat. You gotta go to Chicago to get that.
Get down to Chicago.
The Birthright Stillwater, I'm not really caught up on. So I did read them, but
Were they enjoyable by themselves?
they were still enjoyable. I was a little bit lost.
Okay.
So and then Everyday Hero Machine Boy. That doesn't have an ongoing series yet, but this is the first kind of look into it, and it starts in September. I can't remember if it's this year or next year.
First appearance Bill in this book, right?
Right.
Yep.
And the Everyday Hero Machine Boy was super, super cute. So.
By the way, in case you were wondering, yes, you are not seeing things. Skybound X is a weekly book.
Yes.
So number 1 was last week, number 2 is this week.
Number
Looks like
3
the
will be
one
next
through
week.
story is the Rick Grimes, and then everything
Yes.
else is single shots. What was the first appearance of that hat? Oh my goodness gracious! Brady!
Maybe
Had a great
maybe this
visit.
one. I don't know.
And a great visit to Brainy's store. If you are local to Northridge, California, you should totally go look him up and use him as your LCS this week on comicshoplocator.com. That will get you directly to his shop. It's really awesome. If you're really, really nice, he'll let you go next door to the secret cave of comic digging. All right, Sinister War isn't what I thought it was going to be. It does tie in directly to all the stuff that's been going on in the ASM universe. It's been written by Nick Spencer. You know, he likes through stories. That's his favorite thing. So it actually has references to, like, has almost like direct reference panels to things that have recently happened, like the Kindred storyline. So if you're a regular reader, you'll be very happy about that. And this one brings back into the fray all of what you consider Sinister Six characters and more. So this is a lead-in of a storyline that it's going to get crazy, but it's not exactly what you think, because you always believe when Sinister Six get together, they're after Peter. But in this case, it looks like they might be out for each other. Ooh, there you go. It's not customer safe yet. Oh man, Brittany, you didn't make me wear a hard hat or anything when I went in there. I'm still interested in what's in the luggage that was in there. I bet you that you took that to some convention and there's like super rare comic books in it you totally forgot about.
Isn't that always what happens?
Yep. Special thanks to Brittany for being a super nice host and opening up the shop to us, even after it was completely closed, and hung out, and he gave me some super sweet Enjoy mugs so I could enjoy my coffee.
Wow. Gina does the double hearts.
Oh, is that what the double hearts is?
Yeah, that's hearts. Look, so you cross it like this and it looks like hearts. See? Cross your fingers.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 hearts right there.
Wonder Woman 775. I think I missed the last couple. I definitely missed the last issue. But this is still kind of dealing with the Valkyrie, where she's and I think I missed something really big because all of the gods are in the graveyard of the gods. So who better to save them than Diana? Of course.
Are they alive?
This one is more.
Oh no, a song just came into my head. That's not a good song.
Oh no. Hum it. Mm-hmm.
I love that song.
It's perfection.
Mm-hmm. That's pure 90s.
This one's more. I mean,
Brady, that hurts.
she's still saving them, but instead of with brawn, it's with her brains. So
A bit.
and
I have
then
a
the
customized-
second story with young Diana is also super cute, and she's showing off all of her super powerfulness, even though she's just a kid who.
Afraid to say, but Diana's not wearing the pink hat. Nope.
No,
But Diana is not wearing a pink hat.
Which one of you read the lot? Me, I'm forever damaged.
Oh.
It's true. I'm suing Bad Idea for the damage they've done to my psyche this week. All of the warnings that they have on it are true. It's totally like, don't read it before you go to bed. Have a safe number. Go ahead and pre-arrange to go see your therapist. I'll get to
Maybe
it.
a priest.
You might need a priest in the room to bless your space when you're done. All right, Canto III, Lionhearted. It's not really the third story in the Canto storyline. It's actually the fourth because they stuck one in the middle with the giants. But
you did 4.
the fourth one.
Yeah.
It's not really the third. It's the
Yeah,
fourth.
you did the 3rd, and then you did the 4th.
Whatever. Extra fingers. So Canto's
She's
awesome.
on vacation mode. Give her a break.
First series, his love, who he still hasn't named, loses her heart, so he has to find a heart for her, which he actually willingly gives to her. The second one ends up, you have a connection to the bad guy. Somehow, Canto ends up with the bad guy's heart inside of him as his clockwork. And then the third series, not number 3, but in the third storyline is about the giants, where he goes to the giants to try to find help for a giant friend of his, and meets up with witches. And then now we start right here. So now you just jump right in. That's all you need to know about Canto. He is a clockwork knight, which means he works on clockworks. And he's a little tiny being, which is adorable. And he has a troop of other knights that he travels around with. So he's got a big thing that he's off doing now. You don't really need to know anything else. You can totally jump in anytime you Canto, honestly. It's really awesome.
JD is right on point with the
Is
snappy
it
comeback.
Canto or Wonto? No, he's definitely one of those that will owe.
This isn't Buffy.
Oh, okay, sorry. This is not a serious show. Oh my gosh.
What's great is she's coming back from vacation. I'm about to leave for kind of vacation, so we're both on this weird in between.
Yeah, this is me super relaxed and chill.
Spare parts, number 1. All right, so I knew this one was going to be a bit gory, but oh my gosh, I was not expecting that. Yeah, Jenna, you will like this one.
Hey, what are you trying to say here?
They're awesome, strong female characters, and you love that.
Oh yeah.
And they fight things,
Well, I mean, yeah. Okay,
and they're in a band.
I'm totally down for it. And
Yeah.
the lore comes from.
I can't say about it because that's going to ruin the thing, but I'll tell you later.
Fights.
Yeah. Oh,
Who's this?
yeah.
This is Behemoth, right?
Behemoth, yeah.
We've loved everything from Behemoth
Yeah.
for the last 2 months.
And you see them performing at their show, and mid-performance they start fighting the audience. It's fantastic. See, this is why Jenna needs to read this one.
I'm so excited.
Adam, hello.
Oh, hand it to me real quick.
Oh goodness, JD's blocked.
Oh,
Like
my
me. He brings up all the entertainment value of the show anyway.
Don't mind me.
Oh, maybe he's the
That one
whatever
is
dude. in the
spare
chair.
parts number 1.
Oh,
Yes,
It
the
feels like
texture
butter.
of it's that nice.
Brainy
Okay.
Scissors, 5 different covers for that beautiful book.
I don't know how many we got, but we had a few.
we got a
We had
few.
quite a few.
All right, Ninjak, number 1. So here's the deal. Ninjak is normally drawn in normal comic book style, but they let a new art style reign in this one. It's like trad more, okay? So if you're a trad fan, let me see if it makes sure it might be actually trad all the way through. Totally somebody new, Javier Pulido. So if you like the trad more style, that kind of more blocky, very bright color style, you will love it. And the story is killer. So this is also kind of cool because you don't need to know anything about Ninjak to jump in to this book. It tells you everything you need to know. That he is one of the top assassins in the world. The only reason he's not the top assassin in the world is because he's so daggum expensive. That he's from a rich British family. So he's got all the money he already needs. He doesn't need any more. And he is amazing at killing people. So this one...
Deadly rich. Yeah.
Yep, deadly rich guy. So imagine
English.
Batman, but young and cuter. Although you don't see his face in this one very much, so. Very, very good.
Yeah,
if you've
he's
never
got-
jumped into Valiant,
He's got
give it a
better
try.
hair.
He does have better hair. Shh. You might not know this, but there are
It's
quite
on
a
the
few people in the
cover.
room here that are big fans of Valiant.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I let you read that one because I'm gonna read it later.
I already have it in my pull box, so
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna do this.
David Peterson awesomeness. Been way too
Yes.
long.
Real quick, 'cause I can't remember how many stories. Okay, there are 4 stories in this one. Mouse Guard, the Owl Hen Caregiver, and Other Tales. And oh my goodness, so cute, super cute.
when doesn't
There's 4 different ones, and one of them is really sad, but like it's not. I mean, it's sad, but like with the bittersweet. So it's more bittersweet than sad, but the artwork is phenomenal. You know, as always, it's Mouse Guard. What more do I really need to say? If you've never read Mouse Guard, you can still jump in and read it. But I highly recommend Mouse Guard.
So Mouse Guard, the other books that are out there are really beautiful. Quite a few of them, honestly, are readable on their own. They don't tie into anything else, or are assortments of standalone stories that you can read. But really, you can jump in anywhere in that universe. It is such a rich, beautiful universe. Really,
The detail.
it's just about a mouse society that are warriors. That's all you really need to know to go in. And to answer Adam's question, I didn't get to see it when it came through. It's spare parts, number 1, Adam, the one you were asking about.
Yeah. On the sale, I'll go over it again so you will be able to.
All right. So Never Never is a virus book that is a imprint of heavy metal, just so that you know. So imagine if you were to take Peter Pan as a universe and make it very horrific, in which Peter Pan is the scariest character in the book and steals you away from your bedroom in order to have a very, very dark universe to drag you into, in which there are killer crocodiles and every creature in the universe is pretty dark. You're going to see a lot of them that you recognize, having non-traditional roles, and it is a really, really cool book. Very creepy, though. If you're a super fan of the Disney version of Peter Pan, it might not be your jam.
What if it's the
Once Upon a Time?
Once Upon a Time version? Because that's
Maybe.
technically still Disney.
Yeah, that's still
and
really
he's
dark.
so creepy. That's like one of the
shadow likes
darkest.
to kill people.
Yeah, that's one of the
probably about
darkest
like it.
that they've ever done
Yeah.
on that whole show.
Peter
That's my
Pan straight
favorite.
up just likes to steal kids, so that way he can throw them to crocodiles, and then the shadow is just like this psychopath that just likes to hang people. Yeah.
And yes, the answer to your question is this is live. We are really this dorky in real life,
Yes.
too.
And that's actually from Once Upon a Time. Like the show.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine that one. Like, woo! Gotta get that darkness
All
going.
right. Barbarella.
Barbarella. You ever watch Barbarella? Like gone back and watched the old show? It's
Nope.
so just about her wearing scantily made outfits with no plot. It's pretty amazing. I love it.
They
See, I
kind of
didn't
touch
remember
on
it
that.
being that way when I was a kid, and then I rewatched it, and I'm like, oh.
They kind of talk about that in this issue, though, because, like, there is... I want to say it's kind of like a revolution that's going on this planet, and they're, like, trying to save... There's a group that's trying to save people, but they sometimes get a little bit too violent, and they're like, okay, well, Barbarella doesn't necessarily kill people as her first, course of action to get people to do what she wants. So they team up with her.
Not with that body.
Right? But in this issue, you're going to have her, this other group, an AI that is, he looks just like, wait, no, that was somebody else. So he's an AI. He has the appearance of what not what you would think of as when the very first thing you would think of when you see an angel, but he's got the angel wings and not Sunday school, but the traditional,
That always seems scary to me in Sunday
She
school.
has a fox-like creature who only wants to be pet and talks in third person. And there's something going on in this planet that she's trying to figure out what is going on. That's tied to this. I want to say it's a revolution, but it's not like a full-on like Revolutionary War kind of a thing. It's more of like they're not quite at the war part of it yet, if that makes sense.
It's Viva la Revolution.
Right. So
I
liked it a lot.
I do like that. They definitely acknowledge that they can't
continue
with that view of the feminine anymore. So they have changed the way they present these characters.
I do like it.
Yeah.
Is that English? I do liked it, huh?
I say it. Adam. Yep, you're being answered by a JD. That's awesome. Is she wearing a pink hat? She is not wearing a pink hat.
No
hat at all.
She's blonde.
Nice
and I'm
red
blonde.
outfit.
Okay, here we go.
All right, here it is, the lot. So just so you guys that may not be following that idea on social media, which they're really good at putting a lot of cool stuff out there. They've been advertising for a great long time that they gave you kind of the basic synopsis for this book, but they said very early on, because of the response of certain images in this book, that they were not going to show anymore for fear of damaging people's psyche, etc. Now, most of that is probably a little bit marketing, right? Because they're great at marketing. But in reality, it's a stinking disturbing book. For fans specifically of A Walk Through Heck by Aftershock. The lot is a look at a young lady who's just been put in a powerful position in her company on the board, and the company is a old Hollywood studio. And she finds on the books these assets that she's trying to figure out. What is this asset that no one's taking advantage of anymore? And it came in the documentation that she got. There is an actual skeleton key. And so she goes to unlock this building, which is on the old backlot. So I'm not going to tell you anything more about the book because that's all the fun of what's in there. But that'll get you kind of like started in the lore of the lot. It is a very, very gory. It is not for kids in any way. You won't want it to be laying around your house. And it is amazing. It continues in the tradition of having that high spot varnish, really thick paper, all those really great things about it. And it does have a backup story, as all of them do, which is amazing. And this is the last of the first run stuff from that idea. Everything after this then becomes the final 5, and they're kind of like on their run from those will all be releasing from August to December, and then there's an official end of the company, and they keep putting that in quotation marks. So I don't know when that may or may not happen. And is it in full color? Oh, that's a good question. I feel like it's stylized black and white, and it's the most interesting art style you've ever seen because it has I'm not going to show you because I can't show you the inside. Okay. But I'm going to verify, yeah. So the art style is exactly like that. So some of it almost looks photographic, but it is all super, it looks like it's from the movies, honestly. And I'm terrified to read the next one. All right, any questions I can answer?
Oh, I have one more book, Miss Jen.
I know. Do I like the Big Bang Theory? I like it enough to have the giant rocket ship gumball machine that they show in that comic shop. In my store, I have that one.
I hug it every time I come in.
Impossible Jones. Mm-hmm. Is there a pink hat in there as well? There's no pink anything. Bringing no pink.
Oh, it's in black and white. All right. So, Maneaters. I know you read that series. This is the next series related to Maneaters. I have the first trade for Maneaters, but I haven't gotten a chance to read it yet because my to be read pile is ginormous. But I didn't. I know enough
to set it up.
So yeah, okay. So I know enough to set it up. Basically, people that get periods turn into this. It's like these cat monster things.
Right.
And so they being the government and, doctors and all that, they have, ways to help stop that from happening.
Actually, you're supposed to report yourself.
Right. You're supposed to report yourself, but
But do they though?
The estrogen levels, they keep a close eye on for everyone, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because on all of the fake ads that you'll see for food and other products, they all mention it, and that's one of the other reasons you should totally get this.
Be aware, soy also is a substitute for estrogen, so you have to be careful if you're on an estrogen limitation, and it's just no one knows that, but if you eat a whole bunch of soy, you're messing up your balance. So
yep.
What if you cook with a lot of soy?
If you have a lot of edamame, that's soy.
I'm allergic to soy, but not if it's processed. So in this issue, we meet. I think she's 15, and she is going to summer camp, and she does not want to go, but it is craft camp, and she had gone every year, but now she's 15. She's a teenager. She doesn't want to go, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they used to do a football camp, but there was a study, and too many concussions is bad for you, apparently.
Yeah.
What? Never.
Right. This is hopefully some common knowledge there, but so in this issue, it's just kind of getting you all set up for what's coming next. And they're just like in even the trades and the other individual issues. There's all of the same kind of ads that you saw in those that are 100% for this world, not for our world. So anything that you see an ad for in these books, take it with a grain of salt, but oh my goodness, it's one of my favorite concepts. And now that they're doing a summer camp with girls and guys and binary pals that are all, going to this camp. It's fantastic.
All right. Also, be on the lookout for a new release of Jeff Lemire's Sweet Tooth with a new awesome Netflix cover on it. That is...
There may be pink hats in that one, Brady.
There could be.
Yeah, there could be.
This one, yeah, the Maneaters The Cursed is the most likely to include. For fans of the Strange Academy, that's finally releasing in trade this week, so be on the lookout for those.
Yep.
And they decided to do some re-releases of some tie-ins to
Yes.
the Loki universe,
I've been so
including
excited for
Loki,
these.
the god who fell from Earth. Fell to Earth.
To
sorry.
Earth, not from. I could see them doing
I have
that
a
as
feeling
well, though.
that this one will
Oh.
be very much a sellout, Mistress of
Yes.
Mischief.
That one's been
Oh,
on my list.
so pretty.
And there is a very limited edition, says it's limited edition, cover by J.G. Jones, Dune, House Atreides,
Shiny.
which just finished up its run at Boom Studios. So don't miss that goodness.
The
Is anybody wrong on
Volume
the release
1.
date?
The next Dune series is going to have a different subtitle.
And,
Trying to remember the release date of the
can't-
movie.
Oh,
Oh,
I
it
don't know
keeps
about the
getting
movie.
pushed.
Yeah, it keeps getting pushed. But the
Pushed.
next series is, I think, the end of this month, maybe beginning of next month. I've been keeping tabs on that.
Now that we have all the fun business out of the way, I want to hear
Sorry.
more about your trip. What did you see?
What did I see?
What'd you
Oh.
see? What'd you do?
Okay.
I mean, I saw all the pictures, but
So
it's different.
you guys might not have been seeing my face on my shows while Jenna and Hannah have been taking care of
I
you guys.
believe it is considered an alternate Miss Gen number 1 and alternate
True.
Miss Gen number 2.
You guys are alternates?
That's what our names
Like
was on the show.
Like in
Okay.
theater, where it's like alternate.
Oh, were you my
I went straight
understudies?
Loki.
No, that one would have been variants.
Oh,
But I'm not tall enough to be
although
a Gen
JD
variant.
did come up to be like he came up and gave up names
Yes.
for us. Yeah.
I heard y'all missed Taji Beats, though.
Because Taji Beats forgot Taji Beats? That might be true.
No. Like, missed seeing Taji Beats.
You like them as being variants? They are variants. That's awesome.
No, I'm not tall enough to be.
All right, so I did go to California on Friday. This is like a really short vacation. So it was like Friday to today.
Yeah.
Like I literally flew in at midnight last night. So I got to go do amazing things like go see the Getty Museum. So if you've never been to the Getty Museum, it's right there in LA. It has an amazing variety of art and a lot of beautiful outside spaces. So if you like gardens to go walk through, they have amazing ones. So good. Let's see, what else did we do on that day?
I'm pretty sure it's not an alligator. It's probably just like a group of cats.
What, for me?
Yeah.
Or my animal?
Yeah.
When I was growing up, I wanted to be a horse so bad. Like a Mustang.
Yeah,
Just like
Yeah.
every little girl in the universe.
right.
I feel like every
I
little
wanted to be a
girl...
bird.
You want to be a bird?
I
I
wanted to
always
be a
feel like
bird.
girls are obsessed with horses,
Wolves.
wolves,
I
and
wanted to be
then...
a
Hero
magpie.
cats. So, the warrior cats.
Oh, I was thinking the next
Are
was
they-
whales, because everybody I know always wanted to be a...
Dolphins.
yeah, they wanted to go...
Yeah.
What did you want to be?
Marine biologist, what everyone wanted to be in junior high that I knew. Everyone.
I wanted to be a magpie so I could dive bomb people.
You would be an actual magpie? That'd be kind of fun.
Just like be
Yep.
flying
I don't
around, be like,
know.
oh look, somebody's head,
Mm-hmm.
and then just go back to flying. Good call.
So anyway,
Sorry.
I also got to go and shop on Rodeo Drive. I didn't buy anything, but it was kind of fun to be in those shops.
Oh, and Animorph.
Also, I got to go to eat at Spago. That was the end of my first day, I think.
That was just day one.
Mike fit so much stuff in.
I
We also got to go and walk up, do a tour, behind the scenes tour of the Hollywood Hill sign, which is like really, it's like an hour and a half hike up there.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of torture. That's how I got burnt so badly. And I got to go and see Brainy's store, which is a blast. And I got to go see Black Widow at the famous Maneaters Theater.
Okay, now you're just bragging.
This is all my husband. My husband planned up every bit of this. I had no
When
plan
was
of it.
resting and the sleeping and the romanticism?
Well,
What's the
I
word?
so To be fair, Mike only planned a couple things a day, and then I would be like, hey, I'd like to go see Brainy. We also got to go see our other good friends that live in Burbank. So we got to go, we had dinner with them one night. Oh, and he took me to go have lunch or brunch at the Ivy, which is it's tied to the movies is Get Shorty. That's where they go.
Okay.
And he gets dropped off in the van. We'll take an omelet. Yep. So basically, yeah. No, my husband got an omelet, but I ended up with something else amazing. It's beautiful. It's everything but as beautiful as it is in the film. And I think the film was like 20 years ago, so they've done a great job. We also, so the last day we went to go see the Ronald Reagan Presidential Library that has his 707 inside the library, and it had a big FBI exhibit. It was a traveling exhibit, so.
Nice.
And I love that kind of stuff because I have a criminal justice degree, so I love it. So I love going to see everybody. Oh, and I got to go see Barbara Mendez, also known as Willie, who did, I don't know if you have seen from Red 5 Comics, there's a book called Queen of Cosmos Comics, and that one's really beautiful. That is very representative of her art. So I got to go see her gallery, and then I got to go, she took me upstairs to her private gallery stuff. So it was super awesome to meet Willie, and she's every bit as lovely as she is when you just talk to her online. And she basically started in the underground movement of comic books long ago. So she's been in the industry for a long time, wandered away from doing comic book stuff and is back. So she's way cool. All right, we've talked about all the cool books this week. Do spend some time hunting down the local comic shop near you. Just like I did when I was traveling on my vacation, I didn't need to use comicshoplocator.com because I already knew Brainy. And I would have loved to have gone and visited a great many other friends' stores. I feel super guilty that I didn't do that, but I was pretty sure that my husband had a finite patience for me saying, I want to go see my other friend. I want to go see my other friend because he loves me and comics, but he's not necessarily a comic guy. So he's a very patient, sweet man. Yeah. Find you comic books tomorrow. Support your local comic shop or a local comic shop with any purchase. They don't really need you to go in and spend $100 every time you go, but if they can see you on the regular and you throw down $5, that's all it takes to keep them in business and books flowing to you. So do show love to your local comic shop. Send them messages. Hey man, if you can't make it in and you can't spend any money, give them a positive review on the Googles. It does every bit as good for them if you can do that. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us for Minute to Skim It. It's been super fun. Thanks, Brainy from Enjoy, for visiting us and talking about Pink Hats the entire show. Love it. If you ever have any questions for us, you can always find me, Jen King, on Facebook. You can just send me a direct message, or you can message the experience on their website, and they'll get the message to me. Appreciate you guys very much. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.